Hello Malcolm, hello everyone else. Welcome back to Avorion. It's a little bright in the office for playing Avorion. It always looks quite dark on my camera in here, I think, but sorry about the thumping on the mic there. Be assured there's a lot of reflection on my screen from the sun peeping in everywhere. Alright, so I had very strong thoughts about designing a new ship to go into the core with. And I made the mistake of going and looking at some other people's ship designs, and of course they've made gorgeous things, you know, like just gorgeous. Sweeping designs with curves and flanges. So I've decided that I like my ship a lot, and we're just going to do a little bit of experimental work on her. So I parked us in a purple star system. We're currently on a mission of goodwill around the galaxy, because it turns out you need a lot of friends later in the game. So we're trying to make a lot of people go up to admired status with us. We're currently working on the Uldachuk Church. They're having a war. Both of these major locations, which we've discovered of theirs, are having massive space wars. Let's see, 9 ships of the Abafku who are neutral to, and they've got 17 ships against them, but a lot of them are probably civilian. 7 Abafku there, so that may change. I'm not sure if stuff happens in sectors while you're out of it. We're going to do a little experimental modification work on our beast here. Foremost in further modifications when the time comes, we're going to increase the gun mounting capacity of the nose, I think. That'll come when we have big enough guns to make a really big difference. And it'll involve some minor redesign of the nose. I'm thinking an extra block here, an extra block here. Probably not do the same thing underneath, because I have a feeling the chin guns are much less effective for my general combat strategy than the upper guns are. And I've relocated the mining lasers, and there's now 5 of them, or salvaging lasers rather, there's 5 of them. I haven't managed to find any more good mining ships, so we've got 9 sort of mediocre mining ships. I want to get some good ones. And yeah, we have a bunch of guns. Our firepower is up to 13,830, but I did that by replacing out a weaker gun with better range, and I'm not that sure it was a great idea. I did sacrifice range. I put in some sweet, I think it might have been that chain gun, but is it that one? Yeah, that's that one. Really bad range, 4.19. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're going to drop our scale step down and get rid of the traditional chunk of hull that's always there. And we're going to leave safe mode on, that's for sure, but we're going to see now. This is pretty funny. I've been playing this game this long. I didn't realize you could make armor out of trinium. I thought you could only make it out of like titanium, basically. So we're going to try to switch all our armor to trinium. So we're going to show all armor. Close that off. So there's our armoring, which actually isn't rotten. I mean, railguns aren't going to wreck us completely. Look, some of the ship is still green. How is that possible? Oh, it's stuff under stuff? No, it's not. It's areas that did not get painted. Interesting. So I'd better paint them, actually, because I hear you can't merge unless you've got the paint color matched. So let's do that right now, because I wanted to try merging a lot of this junk. So we're going to get solar purple out. That's the color. And we're going to paint up this stuff that never got painted. And I think we're going to be changing our color from, look, it's all inside. Isn't that interesting? We're going to be changing our color from solar purple. Oh, isn't this neat to be able to be inside the ship like this? I've never done this before. This is really cool. Wish it wasn't so bright and glary in here. Okay, so let's try to make sure the whole spang-doodly thing is painted, eh? That's a really cool ability to go in there and look. Better look at the top. Whoopsies. I think the whole thing's painted. I have been pretty careful with my old painting activities. Oh, this isn't painted. Hold on, paint block, solid purple. Why is that such a different look? Let's go inside and get into the nose here. Is there anything in there that's... No, and it won't scroll in for some reason. I just lost my ability to scroll at that point. Oh, I must be hitting the focal point that I was at. So I'm not really sure why that looks different there. Oh, because it's probably hull. It's got the armor pattern on it. Hold on. No, it wouldn't show if it wasn't armor. Alright, I have no clue what the deal is with that. Alright, so yeah, first things first, let's try merging all the armor that we can merge. Because I don't think that'll damage performance. I've tried merging other blocks and had it weirdly hit performance, but I read somewhere while fooling around today that having less blocks in the ship improves FPS, so we're going to need to merge selected blocks. So select blocks by drawing a frame. Select the whole damn thing if we can. Did we select the whole thing? I think we did. And then let's try... See, I'm doing this in-game too, which is probably super dangerous. Merge selected blocks. I don't know if we got much merging, but I think we got some. We just lagged out. Oh, I think I might have blown the game up. No? No, and we got some pretty successful merging, so that's pretty cool. So let's get out trinium armor. So amazing, didn't realize. I don't see it here, frankly. Trinium blank hull. Where's the trinium armor? It says in the game trinium supports armor. There it is. Right. Trinium armor. Transform blocks. I think I'll have to do the whole thing, won't I? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the whole thing. I don't think there's any transform selected blocks. Oh dear, do I really have to do the whole thing? Because I can't even tell which ones I've done. It does sort of light them up. Oh, nightmare. This is crazy. Oh, I wish I could... Hang on, let me deselect. And then, yeah, I've still got the same thing, so... Select blocks. Select blocks by drawing a frame. And have I still got... Now, let's just try it. No, I don't think that did it. I'm gonna have to do them all individually, eh? Oh, nightmare. Because, yeah, none of this little stuff will have merged up front. But yeah, we can lighten the ship a little bit this way, plus increasing her durability. I just wish I could tell which bloody parts were actually getting transformed, because there's a... Can I do it with a drag? Let's just try it out on an area we haven't done it on. So if I do that, it does that, so... It doesn't work on a drag, it's gotta be clicked for every single block. That's kind of... Well, I'll do what I can. You know what, if we end up leaving a little titanium, it's okay. Hopefully we're only showing armor and we're not transforming our stone, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's a good thing we did get some merging accomplished. I don't know if the merging is a good idea in terms of combat performance or not. What I'm mostly worried about making the ship stronger is running into more shield penetrating weapons, especially more shield penetrating railguns. So, you know, people say you can do this sort of thing a lot faster by editing the XML file, but I don't know how. I could look up how. I'm sure it's not really hard, but I'd rather just wear out my mouse finger and only get... I bet you I'll get 8/10 of the job done, probably. If I just click like a bad madman everywhere on the ship, eh? And just constantly click everything I can lay hands on, because the game will catch up with the clicking. The game itself is easily understanding my clicking, and I don't think it misses too many blocks when you do this sort of thing. It's just there's a lot of damn blocks, and it takes a little while for the graphics of the game to catch up. It's much worse with painting. Painting, you sit there and wait for ages. So wow, we gotta just completely, yeah, this is slightly improving our performance numbers, so that's a good thing. It's so annoying that I have to click every single item, but I don't know if it's better doing it at long range or short range. Short range, I guess I'm less likely to miss any. But I'm just clicking everything I can see and trying some different view angles and trying to make sure I really... Oops, I went off the mouse pad. Trying to make sure I really get her done. Is there armor on the bottom? Yeah, there sure is. And I can hit that from here. And then I'll have to hit all this bottom area just like a madman. There's so many little bits of armor, like seriously. But this is bringing our stats up a little in terms of our capability for roll, pitch, yaw. It's improved us already. Even just doing this half-assed joustery job. Well, I had thought I would do a building episode, and I have some ideas for a new ship, and I wouldn't mind one more slot, I thought. And I looked it up, and it's 78 million cubic meters for the next slot, which is not disastrous. I could probably build a ship with reasonably similar performance statistics to this thing inside that envelope. I'm glad it's just a mayday call. I should really have mapped a route out of here. We'll probably get attacked any minute, so I'll just keep doing what I can here. The more the better, basically. So glad a bunch of it merged. What a relief. And yeah, we're still finding lots of it to transform to, eh? But, we'll get most of it done. Improve the hit points on most of the ship, basically. That's what we're up to here. Boy, there are a lot of little pieces of ship. Did I do this back parts? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But let's just make sure I get all of those little back parts there. We got the bottom armor for that there for sure. Oh, we got the whole rear bottom armor type area, I think, can be suitably clicked. See, this is why you buy the mouse with the million click guarantee. You should see how fast I'm just tapping my little finger here. I'm clicking away as hard as I can, basically, hoping to get the majority of the ship done up in a reasonable amount of time. And it's kind of cool watching the stats slowly change on it. Yeah, it's really improved them, actually. It's a noticeable boost in performance. So the other thing I'm going to do is transform some of the other ship components into better quality metals as well. Because this trinium armor has more hit points. Our hull hit points are coming up. This trinium armor has more hit points than the titanium we were using, and it's lighter. So great. We seem to be able to afford the trinium and credits to do this pretty easily too, as I figured we could. Armor is not actually that much of the mass of the ship, so this won't add up to a really kingly amount of trinium or anything. Thank gracious, though, that we have been harvesting up the old trinium, because we've been harvesting away. I had actually been harvesting up the old titanium like a maniac, because I was thinking I wanted to build a heavily armored ship to defend against the dreaded railguns. I think my clicking finger might be wearing out. Oh, there's still armor to transform. I still see plates transforming when I click them, eh? But, yeah. I think we can beef this thing enough, and now I realize that I needed trinium more. Is that sector attacked by pirates? Let's get a route mapped out of here to an empty sector. So that's good. Let's get back in build mode and keep doing that. So, pop, pop. Now we need to hide everything but our armor. Jump route is calculated. Good. Show armor. This is cool. I love this hide specific blocks thing. And then we need to get trinium armor ready and transform blocks into trinium armor. Is that what it's going to do? No, we got that wrong. Transform blocks. Transform into armor. And we'll just keep on. Ah, what just happened? No, 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 no. Why is this all titanium still? Oh no, some of it's trinium. Oh. So... have I picked the wrong type of armor? No. I think I did. No, I didn't. Why is this happening? So that's trinium armor. Okay, I've got to get my paint out again. And it's annoying to put solar purple back on, but maybe this will stop it from doing that. That's annoying for the moment. I don't want to have to decide on a new color yet, so... okay. Okay, now it's not doing it, so good. So I'll just keep on hitting this stuff. Oh, can I block materials? Oh, wait a second. Okay, show armor only. And show titanium. Pirates are attacking the sector. How annoying that we're leaving. And we'll map back to another empty sector. Oh no, did I break the game? Oh, thank gracious I didn't. Pardon me. Alright, let's find another empty sector and just grab it. And then back we go in build mode. So we better select color, solar purple. Paint block, solar purple. Paint a couple things, solar purple. Then we're going to... what were we doing? We're gonna hide specific blocks. Show all armor. Show all titanium. Look how much I've missed, dude. That's crazy. So let's get our transform blocks tool and get our trinium armor and get our transform blocks tool and see if we can't make all this disappear. Neat. Neat. So method 10,000 here is the make it disappear now method, because we've hidden, and I bet some of these are inner because there's areas where the armor is doubled up. So we just found a neat method, didn't we? I love it. I think that's a really trippy method. I wish there was. No, it really doesn't work if you drag it. No, it doesn't. I really wish there was a way for it to work if you drag it, but I think now working at closer range might make more sense. Just play a little Tetris here. This is really funky. It's as though I'm destroying the pieces, but they're actually just getting transformed into armor. Now this is a really neat trick, and I could have used this from the beginning and it would have worked perfectly because it would have removed any blocking pieces from my view. This is such a good building tool. You know, the thing about Avorion is it's really easy to get frustrated with this game. And, you know, I will say I've got to be, like, building the ugliest goddamn constructions out there in Avorion. Oh, I can't see a thing. It's so bright in here. I've got to be building the ugliest constructions in Avorion. But, I can appreciate the subtleties of the building tool when I discover them like this. I think the more advanced builders probably discover these kinds of special functions quite easily. I might not be as advanced a gamer or whatever, but discovering that I can do this, just make the parts that are the wrong type disappear, that's hilarious. That's so cool. And it made the job so much easier. I bet there's a few left. Yeah, there's some around here. These little edges. Oh god, it's so hard to see in here. Can I bring up my monitor brightness menu? Brightness. Oh, it's already really high. I'm gonna crank her up. My poor monitor. My poor monitor, I just put it to like 1,000 million tons of brightness. I put it to 100% brightness, well 99 rather. Think we got it. I think we got it. That's so cool. So total trinium armor transformation. And we've got subspace signals. We do have a route out map, so let us go back to build mode. We're not going to fight them right now. So now we're going to transform certain blocks and see if there's performance changes. We're going to start with our shield generators. So we're going to hide specific blocks, show all, shield generator. There. Oh man. What is that even made out of? It's... Oh no, what did I just do? I stuck on hull. No, Control Z. Oh, thank God, Control Z is the right thing to do. See, I hate that ever-present block of hull. I'd really like that not to happen. Okay, so it looks like it's all Xanian. I intended to make sure it was converted to Xanian. We don't have anything better than Xanian, so that'll be fine. Man, I don't know what putting that hull in would have done. Would it have exploded the ship? Okay, we're gonna just map to another empty sector. You see little spots like this, that's often what's happened. I've been building. Okay, so converted to trinium armor, we went up to 1.72 yaw, 1.7 pitch, and 1.6 roll. A decent improvement. Not bad. So back into build mode, let's take a look at all our other componentry. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. Let's get rid of that annoying piece of hull. Oh, well, it doesn't get rid of it. But now, let's look at the rest of our componentry. So let us look at our generators. Looks like they are all Xanian as well. Are they? Xanian generator, yep. So let's look at our integrity field generators. Apparently it doesn't matter what you make them out of, but you should do trinium for lightness. So what are these made out of? Trinium. Trinium. Trinium fine. They're all trinium. They seem to be painted a really large variety of colors. Oh, and we could merge these things too, eh? To reduce our number of blocks. But will that wreck any performance? So, let's not try it with the integrity field generator because we can't see a number on performance on that. We can just see if the field works by trying to add more integrity field generator later. So, let's go ahead and look at something else. Let's look at our, what? We're running out of things that are useful. Shield generators again. All Xanian. Okay, but we'll bond them and see if there's any performance change. So, select blocks by drawing a frame. Bonk. And then we've got to find merge selected blocks. right here. So our shield is currently 1.58 million. We lost 5 hit points on our shield. That's really weird. Well, we've significantly dropped the number of blocks in the ship, actually. So we lost 5 hit points on our shield. Plus 146 blocks? I don't even know what's going on with that nonsense. Okay, so we can successfully merge that without a serious performance hit. Let's do it to something else. Let's do it to our generators. They looked pretty mergy, but did I already merge these? See how big? No, I sure didn't. Okay, so let's select blocks by drawing a frame, Bomple. And then we're gonna merge selected blocks. So we make 1.11 terawatts right now. Let's merge these selected blocks up. It just says 1.11 terawatts. We got way less blocks in the ship again, so that's kind of cool. Alright, we're going with that. That's really cool. Hey, this is great. So let's check out our crew quarters. What has happened? Oh, I've got the selected blocks. Okay, looks like our crew quarters are all over the map and are probably all different materials. We've got, oh no, it looks like they are all trinium. They're just painted different colors. So will they merge? I read somewhere that they won't merge if they're, oh god, why are they here? Oh my god. Madness, dude. Maybe I won't merge the crew quarters just for the, that way if a little bit gets destroyed, it's not as many crew killed. Okay, we're not going to merge the crew quarters because they're not painted right and because other reasons that are really complex. Alright, let's not merge our gyro arrays. I think that could severely damage performance. Well, I don't know. Okay, so we're at 1.72, 1.71, 1.6. We can undo the merge, but it may bog the program uncontrollably to do it. Mobile equipment merchant. We did select a route out of this place. Yeah, we did. Back into build mode. And where's that hide thingy? There it is. And we were looking at our gyros, which are iron. Sad, eh? But that's what we got till we get a higher material and enough of it. So we will select blocks by drawing a frame, grab all our gyros. And now 1.72, 1.71, 1.6. Oh no, if we merge right, because these are all different kinds of gyro. They might all merge into the same type. Should I try it anyway? No, you know, I don't think I'm there with it. We're leaving the gyros alone. Let's continue checking stuff out that we can do. Our computer core. Nice. Increases processing power for more system upgrades. Well, it doesn't give us much, but we might lose. I think actually we would lose our upgrade slot without it. I think it provides just enough. So let us leave it in trinium for lightweight and select blocks by drawing a frame and merge selected blocks. I don't think that did anything bad to us. I did hear a funny message. We lost -2 cubic meters, but I think we're still at about the same size. Let's go check our systems menu and make sure. Volume of 107. I read online that it was 78. That's interesting. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what we're supposed to have. Okay. We're doing fine here. We're reducing the number of blocks awesomely. This is really cool. I like modding up the ship like this. This is neat. So, battery. Oh, look at how little battery we have. Why is that identical to the computer core, eh? Well, select blocks by drawing a frame. Grab it. And merge selected blocks. No serious change to performance at all. Or to anything else. Our hull hit points went way up when we changed our armor to trinium. We gained a lot of hull hit points. That's pretty sweet. Of course, by merging these blocks, we make the railguns more easily able to penetrate the ship, because they penetrate through a certain number of blocks. So I think leaving the crew quarters all out like that is probably the way to go. And we're not transforming or anything. No, it's still energy container. So let's just check this out. I don't want to do the integrity field generators. Do we do the hyperspace core? It's made out of different materials. Isn't that odd? Well, it's all going to have to be converted to Avorion in the end. So we'll leave it the materials that it is right now. I could convert those bottom ones to Xanian computer core, though. Increase the ship's weight very slightly. But we could go ahead and do that. Or Xanian hyperspace core. We might get more hyperspace performance out of it, so let's go ahead and do that. So what we need is the Xanian hyperspace core, which is... where is it? There it is. Xanian hyperspace core, transform blocks. Bump, 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 bump. Bump. I don't know if that did anything serious to our hyperspace capacities. I think that's fine. Oh, I didn't transform those selected blocks, did I? Oh no. Hold on. It was energy container we had there, wasn't it? They're still energy containers. We don't want to transform them into hyperspace cores. No, we don't. What we want to do is go back to the hyperspace core. Deselect that unit, and we're going to select blocks by drawing a frame. Whoops, try that again. Grab that out, select those all, merge selected blocks. And it did do a little merging for us, and I don't think it did anything serious to our performance. It seems to have reduced our hull hit points. That's odd, unless that's going up. Yeah, maybe that's going up and this is going down, actually. Plus is going down and minus is going up. Interesting. So we did lose a little bit of thrust and brake thrust off that, and we did lose a little bit of pitch off that. Oh well, that's okay. Let's check out any more parts we can fool with like this. Hull. Do we actually have any hull? No, we have one hull block. And it is iron, vanilla block with windows. Let us transform it into Xanian, if we can. This isn't going to blow up the ship, is it? SRSLY. What if that blows up the ship? Safe mode's on, safe mode's on, safe mode's on. So let's get out our Xanian. Hell, we could use Avorion. We have enough, eh? Oh my god, we could. I don't want to put any Avorion in the ship right now. We have actually a lot of Ogonite, and it's super durable. I think it's like the most durable of them all. I'm not going to put either of those in until we have a source. So, Xanian hull it is. Where is hull? Or could I turn the core block into armor? That'd be funny. Let's just leave that iron hull alone. You know that? Let's leave that iron hull alone. If the railguns penetrate that far, the ship will die. Basically. Although maybe that does make sense to upgrade it then. I just did something very strange. I hope I didn't add a brick or anything. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade it and hope it doesn't break the ship. I'm just a little nervous about it, so. Xanian blank hull. Vanilla block without windows. And then we want our transform block tool. Transform to blank hull. What just happened? Why is it gone? What just happened? 191 hit points got added, I think. Why doesn't it show anymore? Oh, blank hull. Oh, thank God. So the ship's still around? Yep. Okay, so we could probably even change that core block to an armor block, but for now we'll leave it at Xanian blank hull. That did give it more hit points. So let's take a look, see if there's anything else we can fool with like this. Cargo bay. That is odd, isn't it? I think we'll leave it alone too as a shot blocker. Better it's all in little pieces than in one because of railguns, so we'll leave that alone as a shot blocker as well, because it's kind of on the front end protecting the ship core. Stuff is all painted funny colors here, eh? So that, anyway, that's our cargo bay. You can see I'm not very good at shipbuilding, eh? Okay, we did shield gen, right? Yeah, we did. Did generator. I decided not to do integrity field generator. Computer core, hyperspace core, we did. Okay. So the next experiment is pop engines. Does it make a difference if we transform these up to Xanian? Do we gain thrust? Okay, so we're making 329.8. Let's grab Xanian engines right there. Grab our transform block tool. And does it make a difference? It dropped. Yeah, the weight is making it drop. So Control Z, Control Z. The weight is making it drop, so it doesn't make a difference. It just gives hit points. It'll give massive hit points, most likely, to do that. And it'll be the same with the thrusters. We'll gain a ton of weight, lose performance. Okay, let's show thrusters. So this is a bit of an issue until Avorion comes calling. Actually, and you know what? It doesn't show all our thrusters. Oh, because some are directional. These are the non-directional thrusters and some are directional. Gotcha. So if I take one of those and get a Xanian thruster out and transform blocks and put that to Xanian thruster, we lose performance, right? Yeah, it goes down and down, so Control Z, Control Z. So we're going to have to stick with trinium on that. So that was the other bit of experiment I really wanted to do. 1.865 million just out the door to the crew. So we just increased our hull hit points massively, increased our steering performance, and we may have increased our hyperspace performance slightly. I'm not sure. And you know, if we run out of crew space, we could always transform some of that cargo space into crew space. It's not the worst idea I ever had in my life. That didn't drop any of our guns or break anything. We're still purple. I need that transform tool off. Let's get rid of that, but let's go back into build mode again. We're still purple. I guess we'll stay purple for the moment. And yeah, there's been a couple of minor changes. I put 2 rear gunners on here and 1 rear gunner on there. Kind of changed that up. And yes, I've remounted the guns out here a little bit with the view to trying to improve performance. And yeah, I think I already said all this actually. I'm kind of wondering if I should armor the front of these crew quarters off. Oh, on the side of them too. Oh, that's armored. So I could just armor the front of these crew quarters off, right? But I like having the windows there. Oh, okay, the really nice thing that we got was I swore I wouldn't gamble. I swore I'd only use 5 upgrades at a time. And just, you know, like, just wait and be patient and not try to rush getting the items I want. So of course I gambled and I lost a bunch of stuff that I'd been building up. So dumb. I've been not gambling on the MTCS because I really want another MTCS 6, so I'm not gambling on that. But anyway, let's go Y-type here. And we did gamble and get another shield booster, so both shield boosters are the result of big gambles. And so this is the one we had before, 143% shield boost and 15% shield recharge speed. And it gives the 25% recharge on depletion. And then we got this one, and it's 145% and 20% recharge speed, which is a significant increase in recharge speed. And it's got the depletion thing as well. So we pop that in for now. And I checked to see if they stack, and they do. So if we take out our lesser radar upgrade, +8/+8 here, and we've got a +10/+7. So we pull a +10/+7. That's the neighbor working, not someone knocking. We pop in the other shield upgrade. We go up to 2.5 million shield, which might be good enough for in the core. So by disabling one of our radar systems, which is acceptable, we can really have massive shielding, and by upgrading to trinium armour, we just gained, like, I think, like 40,000 to 50,000 hit points to the hull, as well as gaining performance. Trinium, I think, is the highest material you can make armour out of. But once you get up to Avorion, the material itself is so bloody strong that you hardly need it, I think. So upgrading the thrusters and engines to Avorion would make very good sense when enough Avorion becomes available. I do not know why the ship has that grid showing on it. That was really cool looking. Oh, there's lots and lots of subspace signals. Switch auto guns to auto fire and switch on all main guns. We have a route plotted out. There is a mobile merchant here. He's gonna have to take his chances with the auto guns. Or we could warp out, but we'll gain relations by killing these aliens. So actually, let's switch to player control on all guns. And hope that guy gets far enough away. Oh, he warped out. Okay, perfect. Go back to auto guns. Ideal. Except we would have liked to get the relations points for killing the aliens in front of him. I'm not sure if you get that this far in. It seems to me when you get really close into the core, you don't get relations for killing aliens, and you don't get relations for every pirate ship, just for finishing the pirates. I'm not too sure if that's how it works, though. It seems like that's how it's working. So I guess she's a little more sprightly on her feet, and she should improve our FPS. And they sent a little fleet. And it is pretty close to the core, so they're probably fairly strong. Are we going to take the big guy first, or are we going to go for this little one? Let's go for the small fry over here. Oh, wow, those guns are poundingly loud. I hope the volume isn't set too loud for you guys. It does seem a little powerfully loud, actually, which is pretty awesome. Kind of like the massive explosions that scroll in even more. Like watching the ships fly around. There's so many neat ships in this game. I'm taking a risk with the keel of the ship here moving in. He won't last. We're getting shot at. Yes, we are. Still, I don't think we're in any severe danger from these guys. Oh, they have actually knocked a big chunk off the shield, unless it was de-recharged from, was it de-recharged from, switching mods? It might have been, I'm not sure. Otherwise, they've successfully taken a chunk off the shield, which is pretty impressive. Oh well, we'll get a few things out of the combat. We need them too. We're really wanting to breed up that MTCS, and we need to keep making money. Hey, look, an exotic grade item. Nice. I think he was the last. It's some form of turret. Looks like it's a Tesla turret. It's okay, we're not really looking for Tesla turrets, but they're pretty cool. So we'll jet around here, grab all this junk. We do have a route out mapped. Just grab everything. And I was gonna say we need to cram on Xanian because we're converting a lot of systems to Xanian, but it looked like most of the systems were already converted to Xanian or had been built in Xanian. I kind of had the impression I'd used a bunch of nanite in a bunch of stuff, but maybe I had converted it up, probably laboriously without knowing about the hiding tool. No, how could I have done that? I would have had to strip chunks off the ship. I must have built it with the Xanian. Man, it's lost in the shrouded mists of time. I will say, you know, I looked at all the awesome ships online, and man, people built some sweet-looking ships. But there were very few that came even close to the performance statistics of this little brute. So that makes me happy. Looks like we're going nowhere fast here. Is this an empty sector? Is that what we had mapped? We did, didn't we? Okay, well, I don't think their war will be over, so let's go to an unknown hidden mass here and see what we can find out. We'll switch off our guns for the moment. And since we're not changing the color of the thrusters, well, yeah, because it just adds weight, it doesn't add power. It adds hit points. But it's not worth it to give up the maneuverability, because it was taking quite a bit off it. Upgrading the armor was awesome, and so easy when I realized that you could hide certain materials. That is so awesome, man. Well, then the only thing left to do is we'll expand the gun areas on the nose in whatever way seems most suitable, because we're going to be ending up getting some larger guns. So we'll expand up the gun areas on the nose. And we'll keep flying her, and we'll throw in our additional shield mod when the going gets heavy. So let's see where we find ourselves. Valuable objects detected. Good, we're into selling some rocks. Looks like some pirates are having a war. Let's lock in on that nice asteroid. It's 20 kilometers out. Put on all our guns and start creeping through the rocks here. Wow, there's a lot of rocks, and all this glare in the room, it's hard for me to see them. But I'm sure we can just scootily creep in here. And, oh, you know, I should map a route out. I find if you map one in about the direction you were coming from, it works for, oh no, it didn't. Usually I get one that's like reasonably easy to turn to after getting packed into the rocks. Now I could probably just turn off my guns. I don't even need to shoot these guys, but they do sound pretty cool. They do sound pretty cool. They're banging away. And they will continue to bang away. But we're not going to pay that much attention to these guys right now, because we really want to sell this rock to the local dudes. Gee, I better check what their name is again. The Ulgi Gulgi Church. So we'll just slide up to this rock and we'll sell it to that old church there. So claim that rock. Sell it. Oh, they're the only option anyway. Great. We get 5,000 relations from that. I think we could probably profitably leave. Because that's what we came for, is to sell that asteroid. It gets us some money and it gets us some relations. No valuable items, nothing. Nothing here. Oh, look, what's this? We'd better go. Is that a distress signal mission? Yeah, it is. And Operation Exodus appeared again. Okay. Oh no, we got another distress signal. Do we go for the fresher one? Yeah, we go for the fresher one. We'll go for the fresher one. We better get the weapons off auto. Works better if there's friendlies, right? Wipe the coffee from my untrimmed beard. Bad hair day. Didn't brush my beard either. I sort of brushed my hair back, but not really. You know, it's just, sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's worth it. Sometimes it does. And you do have to brush it to keep it functional, but every now and then you can give it a day off and just sort of not bother. Okay, no valuable objects detected. Most depressing. Oh, right, it's a distress signal. Why would there be valuable objects? I was lost in a reverie. Let's kill these pirates. It's the Nanon pirates. Man, we have killed a lot of them over time. Whoops, he's kind of moving. Hard to hit. Don't fly in front of that friendly, man. My shooting's terrible. Okay, he's gone. Well, that guy looks like next material. My shooting really is awful. Let's bring it in close so I can't miss, eh? Okay, this is a great way to get relations. We just have to make sure we kill the pirates before they do. I mean, you still get the relations for finishing the pirates, but good, the sun's gone behind a cloud or whatever. But it's nice to get the bonus for each ship as well. Flatten those dudes. I'm sure there's more. Yeah, there are. They're right in here like little beast weasels. Let's get that one because he's about to die. Perfect. Nice. We actually got the score off him. That was lucky. Okay, now there's more. There's more. There. 3 kilometers we can hit. But 2 appears to be better. Our weapons do not have good range. I mean, they're... pardon me. Kind of the lowest range I'll allow is 4. But they certainly don't work out to 4. Like, a lot of them do, because a lot of them actually have pretty long range. But if I want everything to hit, I have to get quite right in there. And that may be partly not just due to their placement distances, but great, we've got 125,000 credits and some more relations. Perfect. That's dandy. So let's run around and pick up stuff. Oh, that's all close to... Oh, we just bashed up the ship. Didn't break it, didn't break it. Yeah, that's close to a freighter. He's going to take it if we don't get it. Yeah, he would have taken that back on us. You get a little bit of a time delay on that, and then they suck them up. Well, let's run over and get this. I was happy to get that. What if it's an MTCS? That'll be so great. We really need to keep developing those. Oh, I'm hitting wreckage. Keep hearing sounds, all kinds of sounds. But I think it's just my neighbor out working. I don't think I see any really astonishing upgrades where these guys are going to pick them up, so we can just jet around and grab these without taking too much of a hurry on. You gotta watch it. It's really easy to pick up a lot of speed without realizing there's no air resistance. Yeah, I mean, I've got inertial dampeners in, and we've got very good strong reverse thrusters as well. For a total braking of 200 meters per second our thrust is 300 and some meters per second and it's possible to get going so fast because the braking thrusters of course are off during thrust. They're automatically on as soon as you release thrust, unless you use maneuvering thrust. So the best way to get a strafing maneuver is to use the maneuvering thrust at the same time as the forward thrust. And then you get a steady movement established in the desired direction, basically. Yeah, I think we cleaned these guys out. How's our relations with them? We're up to excellent. We're getting right along. Alright, let's see what we got around here. There's loads of sectors. I wouldn't mind visiting some of their friendly sectors and looking for more stuff, but we already found 2 equipment docks just looking immediately. And that's mostly what I'm looking for, because I want to buy stuff to fuel my thirst for research, basically. So I do have the old thirst for research. Okay, guns off, and we'll put the regular guns back on auto fire, or the auto guns rather. Valuable objects detected. Let's hope it's not a bunch of secret stashes. I want rocks. Is that a rock? No, it'll be a secret stash. So it is, too. We'll try this one. Yeah, that's probably... Oh, hey, look, we've still got this rescue mission here. I'm totally ignoring those people. They're probably all dead. Well, let's hope we can calculate that up quickly. Let's check out this ship. Destroyer, belonging to the Ihui, who are friendly with us. Yeah, there's always different groups that inhabit the Batan sectors. And I don't think you find them anywhere outside the Batan sector, so it'd be pretty hard to establish relations with them, really. Okay, guns on, and let's... Oh, hyperdrive's still recharging. Oops. Yeah, we don't dare take out either of our hyperdrive mods. It just would be too slow. We've got two really good ones in. And we are attempting to breed a better one. With no success so far, especially because I wasted a bunch of it gambling them instead of going for the sure thing. If you put in 5 items of an equal type, you'll always get an upgrade. But once you get up to the high items... Oh, it's a fake distress call and aliens are incoming. Once you get up to the high items, it's completely tempting to gamble because it's so hard to come up with 3 exotics. So once you've got 3 exotics, you stick them in and pray for legendary, and you know, sometimes you get lucky. But it doesn't pay gambling. I mean, gambling with petties and commons is fine too, but it doesn't pay gambling with the mid-range stuff. You just waste your time. You should just go gamble on sure things with the research, because you can build up enough stuff. If you expend credits, you get relations, so that helps. And so buying items actually has a plus side. And if you do a lot of fighting, you'll get a lot of items, even if you don't have salvaging lasers or you choose not to use them due to episode length considerations. I certainly use them more when I'm not recording, because you get a lot of extra upgrades that way, as well as picking up materials. This ship has no mining lasers. It does now have mining fighters, but I have yet to find a nice target-rich environment to release them in. I think I'm sort of saving them for the core. And I'd like to buy some better grade ones. I'm happy with the ones we've got, but I want to just upgrade the fleet with just a few really good ones, even if we don't have all good ones. The neighbor's cooking something that smells delicious. It smells like Chinese food, and I live on a tiny island where there's no such thing as Chinese food. So, and I know he's a good cook. So I think he's creating himself some homemade Chinese food over there. Certainly smells like it. Unless he's got leftover Chinese food or something, but why would you smell that? Besides, I know he likes to cook. He used to be a cook. I used to be a cook too. Most of my working life was spent in kitchens. I'm not a bad cook. I'm not a great cook. My kitchen skills are, you know, not really very far above average. I'm pretty fast in the kitchen. I'm pretty fast in the kitchen and I have a good nose. But, I don't know. It's not a job I ever really enjoyed. It's just what I ended up doing with most of my time. It's available work, you know. It's available work. But I think my neighbor there, I think he used to like it. I think he did it for work and I think he used to like it. Probably didn't do it as long as me. I think I liked it for the first year or two. You see those shows where it's like, you know, how awful it is to be in a kitchen and stuff. They're all shouting at each other and stuff. Believe me, the shows don't even come close. It's frickin' horrible. I mean, there are pleasant moments and there are the rewards of meeting heavy challenges successfully and stuff like that. You know, there are fun things about cooking. But most of it is just brutal stress. Brutal stress. And not always working with the friendliest personalities, although sometimes you meet good people. You certainly do meet a lot of people. Because if you work as a cook, you tend to go from kitchen to kitchen every few years at most, sometimes less. Just grabbing up these credits for fun, swimming through them. It's worth it, I guess. We did pick up 5,000 credits doing that credit swimming. So, let's pick a route out. I guess I should tail the episode off pretty soon. So, we'll go to an unknown friendly. We'll just grab that one. And we'll take care of these aliens. The devils. The devils showing up while we're busy planning our warpings. But kind of good timing because we just wiped out those other things. So he's good. Destroy. Okay, he's wrecked. Gee, even this close to the core, they're a little wimpy. But the game doesn't scale the enemies to your ship, it just scales them to core distance, basically. So, yeah. All the same, once I get inside the core, I know from my brief experience there that this ship is probably going to be out of its depth in some combats. Hopefully not in, like, the majority of them or anything. And hopefully we'll still be fast enough to escape. I was really hoping that the upgrading the engine material would give me more thrust. Because I've seen ships that are as fast as this ship. At least in the speed they were moving, like we can do 1600. I've seen ships doing 1500. I don't know if they were under boost or not. Can't tell if they're under boost. Unless you watch them for a while, then you know. But yeah, I do want to be able to outrun what we run into, you know, like, oh well, we're maneuverable as well as fast, right? Off we go. Let's see what's at this friendly. I guess I should turn off those guns. It looks like it's pretty much a gate system. Got some military ships present. Don't see much else around. Oh, there's a factory, a trader. Alright, let's take a look at the map. It's a boring little place, isn't it? So these guys, I think the war is still going on, so... Well... Yeah, if the war is still going on, then let's go to another unknown hidden mass signature and see if we can't get into a little trouble. And if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. There's no trading to be done here. We'll go look at a space station, but it's a dangerous, gassy system. Let's go look at this destroyer. Just while the drive's charging, we'll see if we can't do a fairly close pass on him without hitting him. He's not moving very fast. So we'll take a little look at him. Yeah, there's his engine nacelles, or whatever you would call them, engine outgrowths. He's quite a spiny fellow, isn't he? He's drifting along at 80 meters a second. Pretty cool. Not sure where his turrets are mounted. Probably you guys can spot them. I'm busy trying not to slam into the guy. I'll pass by and then I'll turn around. Just back up ahead of him. If he floors it, we could have a crash. I think he's decided to stop. Yeah, he's stopped in space. Keep having a look. Cool, man. But yeah, if aliens show up or something, he'll start maneuvering at high speed. That's pretty neat. It's just like a bug stops when you're close to it. Hopes you don't see it. Wow, this is a hidden mass signature. Oh, it's a wormhole. Gee, where's it go? Oh, goes over there. Well, we'll probably use this wormhole when we're done trying to get these guys up to admired status, eh? It doesn't look like we managed to find any trouble here, so I'm gonna go look for some trouble there. That's handy to know about the wormhole. I love the way wormholes look in this game. They are super cool. First time I saw one, I was terrified. I thought it was chasing me. I was like, run. Boosted away from it at maximum. I was like, it's still coming. It's pretty damn funny. Inventory, we got anything interesting? Sort by DPS, any fresh new guns? Wow, that's an incredibly powerful Tesla turret. The range on it's fantastic too. Wow, that's an incredibly powerful weapon. It does 1,000 damage. It has almost enough range to be considered. This thing does 906 by 0.8, so it still does like 600 plus damage, but I hate lightning guns. Their accuracy is so bad, you know, like you have to... This does 539 damage, but the range is only 1.83. Yeah, this thing having 3.53, that's a really unusual Tesla turret. I'm almost considering mounting that gun. It'll increase our firepower considerably, actually. I might put it on. Okay, so looks like we got a bunch of rocks we can sell. Nice, and we seem to be in a peaceful spot. What's the closest of these big rocks? 10. Let's get that guy first. So we're probably going to have to deploy to drone. Let's map a sector out. Just any sector. Any sector out, so we can leave when we need to. We'll try and get this done on a pretty quick schedule, because it looks like there's a few rocks we can sell here, and that's a really unusual treat. So we're just going to jump in the drone right away, despite risks, eh? It's pretty dangerous to be out in the drone this deep in the galaxy. Come on, charge, you little brute. Good, give me a boost. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't warp the drone into that sector, though. I've done that before. It's so terrifying. Then your ship's hanging here helpless, and oh god, no, it's not nice. Okay, alright. Grab that, sell it, and back to the ship at max velocity. And you can race back to the ship without hitting it, because you can just get in at 0.5, so that's a secret stash over that way. So let's pull back out of these rocks here. And there was another asteroid right close by, so let's go looking for that. Nice, man, this is a rare find. And not to mention, they're worth pretty good money, eh? Well, I'm sitting with really bad posture, but I'm really, I'm actually trying to hunch my head under these rocks, I think. Just really trying to focus on getting there done quick here. Yeah, we won't try to penetrate with the ship. We'll just, well, scroll in. We'll just use the drone and hope we don't get caught out by aliens or pirates, eh? Oh man, where's that rock? There it is. Not even charged yet. Come on, little guy. Okay, we just need a tiny shot of boost. That should do it. There we go. And claim it and sell it to the Oogle Googles. You get less and less reputation for selling it and more money as you get more advanced in your relations with them. Look, a titanium rock. That's unusual this deep in the galaxy. It's kind of cool. So are any more of these delectables actually rocks, or are they all stashes? Because I'm not necessarily going to go after the stashes. I mean, we like items, we like money. That's what's in them, but right now we're really hot for rocks. What's our relations with those guys? Still at excellent. We need to push it to admired before we leave the sector. Basically, that's what we're doing here. So that's sold, that's sold. I think that might be all the asteroids in the area. So we could bop over and grab this secret unit here. I think we can see our way to doing that. Okay, hold on, hit the brakes. Let's bring her up through here. That roll maneuver did not help us in any way, shape, or form. What I need to do is just get in close quick and get the drone deployed quick. So here we are. I always feel like if it's down to 2 kilometers, it's quick enough for safety. I don't like to take it below that. This is a bit of a tricky approach for the drone though, eh? Let's give it a shot of the old boost anyway. Just don't hit a rock. Don't hit a rock. The thing is so slow when it's not on boost. It's just distressing. Of course, you do not want to crash it. It has like no hit points, right? I don't know what happens if you break the drone, and I'm not going to find out. Open that stash. So we got a battery mod, a cannon, and 68,000 credits. You know, you can see why I'm not that huge on going after them. It's not like it's the treasures of the king. Sometimes you get what you're looking for out of them, though, right? Alright, let's just see. Any more of those actually rocks? Are they all going to be secret stash things? Let's pull out of these rocks before we finish looking. There's so many arrows. So that one's there, that one's there. Is that an asteroid way over there? No, I think it's going to be another stash. Yeah, I can't scan it. And that indicates, yeah, it is a secret stash. Okay, yeah, they're all secret stashes. So we're outie. We're gonna leave this sector and go to that empty sector we just mapped to. And we're out for the day. I hope you enjoyed our little episode. It wasn't exactly combat filled or wild or anything, and we didn't even repaint the little brute. But we did decide to keep her. And we did do some really successful modifications, including scaling all that armor together, which makes it actually look quite a lot nicer. I think we'll do a drone drive around on the ship here, so let's get the drone viewpoint. We'll take a look. I think she's looking a lot nicer now with the new color. Well, maybe the color's gonna go, but I think having that armor bonded makes a much groovier effect. I wish the drone's targeting reticules weren't in the way like that. Can't really deactivate them. Wow, yeah, that does look pretty neat with the old purple coloration. Man, this thing is just massive. And hopefully it will work against railguns, etc. We've got armor where we can, as you can see. We've slipped her in. We've got armor where we can, but a lot of places we can't. Could I armor the sides of these? Did I armor the sides of these? I could technically armor the sides of these, eh? Is that armor? It doesn't bloody look like armor. The only way to find out is build mode, but no, there's no camo on it. And those are directional thrusters, are they not? So I think we're looking at... Well, no... Yeah, I think we're looking at a surface that could technically be armored. Let's get into the ship. And let's go into build mode and have a quick look at that. Yeah, we're looking at a surface that could technically be armored, eh? Well, that's easily done. So I think if you choose your paint color and then like paint a block, it sort of automatically turns everything you do that color. So we're gonna set our steps to 0.3. I think that's our armor thickness. I think that's our armor thickness that we want on the ship. I'm not sure if it's that thick overall, but I think that is the normal thickness on it. So then we're gonna go get trinium armor. Cool, I didn't realize, you know, I'm so dumb. But that's awesome. Love to be able to upgrade the ship, so it was great that I didn't realize, because it means I can upgrade the ship. I think it is in a slightly different place or something. Then I want match block. And we'll just bring it down as far as possible like that. Bang. Bang. We'll see what this does to our performance, eh? Alright, we just beefed on some armor nicely. I don't think there's anywhere else we're going to be doing that right now, but, well, we could armor off this front end, eh? We could armor off this front end, eh? No, we have to have windows. Windows, windows, windows. But that toughens our thruster pods. What's it do to our steering? It damages our handling. It puts our handling back to where it was pre... it looks kind of funny around there. Not too sure what's going on with this mess. Oh, it's over an integrity field generator. That's why. Okay, well that's looking a bit odd. Because the armor kind of blends there and then it's all jetty there. Wait a minute. Did I armor that? Yeah, I armored that. Heavily, too. Well, what's done is done. I know I could armor all the thrusters, I'm aware of it. You don't have to have exposed exhausts. I sort of insist on exposed exhausts. I'm not doing it. The game is the game, and it lets you do that so that you can have those gorgeous, good-looking ships, but it ain't how I want to do it, really. Alright, well, I guess I can tolerate the reduction in steering function, seeing as how we actually got a bonus in steering function from triniuming up the armor, so we'll be fine with that. Everything else is as normal on the ship. Energy consumption, everything seems about the same as it was. Fruits, zinc, and oxygen is our cargo. That's hilarious. We picked up some fruits. I guess they're preserved in some sort of stash. We have all this junk. I could dump it, but I suppose we may find places to sell it. I should check at trading posts because I can gain relations by selling. Maybe I can't gain relations by selling. Anyway, guys, I guess that's about it for today. I think we did some really successful work on the beast. And the next bit of work will be to tune up the nose for a little bit more gun mounting. I want to keep it shaped the way it is because it's really collision reducing. The shape it is really collision reducing. Having it nubbed off like that means I don't hit too much stuff. I know it should all be covered with gorgeous angle iron, or I could put frameworks over it and then lightly armor the entire framework and make it a different shape that way. And there's a lot of things I could do. But I like this ugly lump of junk, and after seeing all the beautiful ships I thought, well, I'm never going to make one that looks that good. I'll keep this. And so we're going to keep this. Looks like the aliens are on their way back in as we observe our beast. The blue light of the engines is glowing. And yeah, we'll see you guys all very soon for the next episode. And well, don't expect any major further mods, but I may choose another color. We'll see. I'll keep switching the color up on the thing. So, until that time, bye for now.